Now let's get into the first experiment, that's called look inside the bulb. In this experiment, we're going to provide three different bulbs for the students and also one LED. So we make the students to observe through this bulb to understand what are the different parts of a bulb in a closer view. We know that bulb works because of the electrical energy. It takes the electrical energy and converts it into light energy. So basically the bulb works with the help of the filament inside it. When the electricity passes through that filament, the filament gets heated up and it glows. It absorbs that electrical energy and emits the light energy. And if you touch the bulb also, you'll feel some of the heat, right? The remaining energy will be released as a heat energy. So without a filament, the bulb doesn't work. So this is a basic rule. So what we're going to do in this activity is like we provided three different bulbs. Out of these three different bulbs, we fused out one of the bulb. That means one of the bulb doesn't have a filament. So the student has to observe very closely and understand which bulb has the filament and which doesn't have. He has to sort it out. Okay, so this is the first experiment, looking inside the bulb. Same way, he'll also observe the inside the LED. So we also provided with the LED. He'll start observing inside the LED too. Now let's test this bulbs using the electric circuit. For this, we're going to need a battery holder, which we have it in the kit, and you need two AA 1.5 volts batteries. So we can just connect the batteries to like this. And this battery holder is a customized one with a round lux, where you don't need to connect directly. We can just connect this round lux to the screws and nuts. So once we have connected the bulb batteries to the battery holder, so we have to insert the bulb to the bulb holder. So we have the bulb and bulb holder, and we have two terminals, positive and negative. So I can just connect this terminal, this bulb's battery to the bulb like this. As you can see, the bulb is glowing. As you can see, the bulb is glowing. Okay, this has a filament. Okay, now similarly, let's test the remaining bulbs too. So next, take the another one. So I'm going to connect another bulb. Okay, and I'm going to connect the terminals. As you can see, this bulb is not glowing. Okay, so that means this is the fused out bulb. So as you can see, the bulb is glowing. So out of these three bulbs, one of the bulb is the fused rod bulb. So we have tested this. Now let's come to the next question. So here we have two terminals for the battery. We have the positive and we have the negative. So my question is, so does this bulb work if we interchange the connections? That means if we connect positive to negative, negative to positive, does it work? Does polarity matters for the bulb? Let's test it. So here I'm using I'm using the positive connection to the one terminal of the bulb holder and the negative connection to the one more. As you can see, the bulb is glowing. Now let's try the same thing by inverting the terminals. That means the positive goes to the positive wire goes to the other terminal and the negative goes to the other terminal. Even if I interchange the terminals, the bulb is glowing because the electrical bulb doesn't have any polarity. Either if you connect the positive to negative or negative to positive, the electricity flow is constant. It doesn't have any polarity. Now let's test the same thing with the LED. So for this, we're going to need the LED from the kit. So we have provided the LED too. So we can just take it from the kit. And when you're so we have the LED. So we have the LED. Okay, so for this I'm going to connect the screws and nuts because this is a customized LED, not like a normal LED. So we have made our own customized PCB board. So terminals are in the back side. So you can see the plus symbol on this LED. That's the positive side, and the negative side obviously the opposite side. So back side we have the terminal connections, the silver round, right? That's the contact. Okay, now I'm going to connect this with the screws and nuts. So I'm going to take so I have a lot of screws and nuts provided. Okay, so I'm going to take this. So we have provided a magnet to make sure all the screws or nuts are together. Instead of losing the screws and nuts, we can just attach it to the magnet, so it will be easy for you to keep all the components together like this. Okay, now I'm going to take a screw, two screws and two nuts. Okay, so first I'm going to insert it to this PCB. Okay, I'm going to insert two screws like this. Then I'm going to insert a nut in the back side like this. You can follow the same workbook. It's very easy using the pictorial one. Okay, so once we have this, so we can connect the, so we have inserted screws and nuts for the PCB, and once you are done, you can use a screwdriver also to tighten it, to make sure it's tight, because the contact of the LED is in the back side, so it should be in contact. Okay, now I have the positive side and negative side of the LED. Now I do one thing. Let's connect the red wire, the positive of the battery, to the positive of the LED. Let's see what happens. I can connect it in the back side using the screws, using the fork plug. Okay, and negative to the negative terminal. As you can see, the LED is glowing if I connect the positive of the battery to the positive of the LED. Now I'm going to interchange the terminals. Okay, the positive goes to negative and negative goes to positive. As you can see, the LED is not glowing, but if in the case of the bulb, it glows. So this is because the bulb doesn't have any polarity. But when you take an LED means light emitting diode. Diode always works in the forward bias condition. That means the positive of the battery should always be connected to the positive of the LED. If it's connected inverse, the circuit doesn't work because it's a diode. So we're going to study about this diode in the upcoming sessions and the upcoming activities. So basically, in this activity, what we have understood is like bulb doesn't have any polarity. It works either way. But if you take LED, it works only in one bias. That means one forward condition only it works.